Now tell me, you went on a tour of sort of clubs and pubs across Australia, last year and stuff.
Yes.
Was that just a need to get into the feel of playing again in the sort of small spaces of the band?
Yeah,
or?
kind of. I mean, we thought it was kind of perverse logic going from Wembley Stadium down to places that we really played for many, many years and smaller. And it suited us. It felt right at the time. We'd done 2 albums in a row and not toured yet. But we just wanted to bring it back to the rudiments of everything. I mean, we'd either break up or make up, or at least continue doing a tour like that. We thought as well, really figure out where we are as a band. If we,
That's right.
If we, can survive without a million zillion lights and things like that. And if we can just be the elements.
Also, we
cool.
kind of bypass that on a world stage thing. In Australia, we spent so many years playing these tough places and these little dives and stuff, and we never really got to show that side of ourselves around the rest of the world, and it was important to us to show.
Listen Like Thieves there from INXS, as featured on their new Greatest Hits album. As featured on the Bridge Sofa, Michael Hutchence and Tim Farriss. Welcome, guys.
Hi,
Michael, hi.
Hi.
Hello, Sonia.
Hi. After 17 years together, a Greatest Hits album, the first one. Tell me this is not the beginning of the end.
Probably is, actually.
Well, I think the beginning of the end started 17 years ago, to be honest.
We could have put one out a while ago when we added it all up. There's quite a lot of songs there, so I guess we had to do it in the end somehow. It's good in a way. It's good because it sort of puts it over there and you go, that's all that, and now we kind of start off again.
Yeah, it's kind of the end of an era for us in a sense. We kind of...
The end of an era.
Yes.
But that is like a lot of material to sift through for one album. So how did you go about doing it?
Numbers.
Yeah, basically numbers. We let the audience and the people around the world in the various places where it's being released, because I think there's like 4 different configurations.
Yeah, there's one South America, Australia, States, and Europe. Yeah.
And we just let basically the numbers pick what was going to be on the album. It's not like what we would consider, in many ways,
faves.
Faves by the band. Because that probably wouldn't sell any.
You're the ones that are just like...
No, there is our favourites on there, of course, but it's all just chart hits,
So I messed up the rug.
Oh, for goodness sake, please.
You're going to have to vacuum clean that later.
I get into domestic violence, okay?
Behave. You've also got a new single out, haven't you? The Strangest Party. Tell me, first of all, is there anything behind the title at all?
Yeah, it started off as a kind of commentary on the life we lead on this earth, and it's really, you're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. It's sort of what it's about. Yeah.
In many ways, it actually pertains to the recording of the song too.
So where do you stand then? Part of the problem or the solution?
Well, I try to be part of the solution, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm the problem, he's the solution.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay, well, let's have a quick look at that. The Strangest Party now. We'll be back right after this. The Strangest Party. Rubber? A lot of rubber.
A lot of rubber, yes. Actually, no leather. No animal products.
No animal products.
Honest.
Okay? It's green. And black.
How conscious of you?
Actually, it's getting to the best bit then.
Really? Well, the bit we can't show or something. It's one of those videos that actually looks great, but probably took ages to film and was very boring to make.
Well, you can't tell you because a lot of it's chroma key and these little miniaturization things. They make these little houses and stuff. So you're really just sitting around in a blue backdrop all the time, wondering, fingers crossed, it better look right the way I think it looks. So.
Yeah, I mean, videos these days are very much blue screen,
Yeah, but it was. I mean, the people who worked on it were great because they had to work very long hours doing all kinds of little cuts and stuff till the sun came up.
Let alone us. I mean,
let alone poor old us. Yeah.
We were there to the wee hours as well. But you get that. It's all right.
So after 17 years, what keeps you all talking? What keeps it going?
Well, Tim and I are the ones that actually do talk. The rest...
He said in mock seriousness, yeah.
Pretty much.
Mock seriousness. I don't know about that.
That's a new one, mock seriousness. I should try that. Yes.
Yeah, well, we do talk, though.
We do. We're really different, as people. We're pretty... The separate elements of INXS comprise to make one unique vision.
Cool.
It can be very hard to talk to each other sometimes during the day unless we have something to do.
Yeah. I think it works out that way. And also we don't chain each other, we're not...
No.
Bands tend to break up because they're kind of bored with each other's lives, not so much the music. They're bored with each other's, tendencies, whatever. And or they don't feel like they can move. They can't do anything. And we've never. If anybody wants to do anything in Spain, they're absolutely welcome to.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, this
like
one...
me, my solo record's coming out next week.
Yeah, and my double solo album's coming out the week after.
Carmen operas I fall asleep to.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you promised me you wouldn't mention that. Sorry. But look, I mean, there are the other operas that I don't fall asleep to. It's just that one. It was a big night the night before,
Of course it was.
Bullfighting never turned me on much anyway. So... Oh, that was the wrong opera. Sorry.
Moving swiftly on. So does this mean then that in terms of the film projects and solo projects, then you do definitely keep them going as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, we all need to feel like there is life outside of something we've been involved with since we were children. Got to a point, in fact, just after we made the album Kick, where it was like all we knew was a life spent, in a various mode of transport without... and on stage, and we felt, well, there's got to be something else to it ourselves than this. And if we hadn't had the chance to go out and try doing various things, I think it would have been a really dangerous time for the band. And the fact that we did do that created things in the media saying, well, the band's obviously splitting up. Michael's made a thing with Max Q, and Tim's done this, and Kirk's done that. And, I mean, it's a bunch of crap, really. You just have to give each other the room to move.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard tell of a story involving you'll need to get rid of some money by investing in a film.
Crocodile Dundee, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we found another one just after, which was pretty easy to find. We wasted a lot of money on that one.
Well, first of all, tell me about Crocodile Dundee and then into the next one.
Yeah, well, it was funny. We thought, Paul Hogan, surely no one overseas will get it, and we read the script. And actually, I think Michael and Andrew went out to Kakadu National Park to meet up with the crew and stuff. Yeah, and, it looked okay and harmless enough.
We thought it was pretty funny, we just didn't think it would click. So a good reason to invest in it.
And it kind of paid off. But then
unfortunately.
Then we thought, well, Les Patterson saves the world. Now here's one that's bound to make a lot of money. Couldn't have been any further wrong.
It was cement blocks.
But I wish it had. I
Barry
think
is genius.
He is a genius, and I feel sorry that movie didn't really happen. I think maybe he was surrounded by the wrong people to make the movie.
Maybe.
Now tell me, you went on a tour of sort of clubs and pubs across Australia, last year and stuff.
Yes.
Was that just a need to get into the feel of playing again in the sort of small spaces of the band?
Yeah,
or?
kind of. I mean, we thought it was kind of perverse logic going from Wembley Stadium down to places that we really played for many, many years and smaller. And it suited us. It felt right at the time. We'd done 2 albums in a row and not toured yet. But we just wanted to bring it back to the rudiments of everything. I mean, we'd either break up or make up, or at least continue doing a tour like that. We thought as well, really figure out where we are as a band. If we,
that's right.
If we, can survive without a million zillion lights and things like that. And if we can just be the elements.
Also, we kind of bypass that on a world stage thing. In Australia, we spent so many years playing these tough places and these little dives and stuff, and we never really got to show that side of ourselves around the rest of the world. And it was important to us to show people that's our background, that's where we came from, and it was important to show that. So we did it.
We did it.
Well, it's hard to do in America, though, to be honest.
It takes a while.
A couple of 100 years.
A lot of space. Yeah. So in the light of the Greatest Hits album, then, I mean, you're going to go back to the big stadiums then, or carry on sort of like clubs and things?
I don't know. Well, if we can sell enough tickets, I guess we'd go to a stadium for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're not planning on touring for a while at the moment. We might do a surprise gig here or there, but still, again, smaller places because we're having so much fun. We did a show in Sweden last week at the Cafe Opera, and there was a band called Screaming Mothers who opened before us, and they did a lot of our songs, and they did like the best version of Suicide Blonde I've ever heard.
Fantastic.
It was amazing, and and it was great. And then we came on and did a few songs after it, and the spontaneity of it all was really great fun, and it makes you realise why why you do have fun when you go out there and do it. And, you know, we're going to go and record a new album next year, and we probably won't tour till after then.
Right. Well, I'm so glad you mentioned Suicide Blonde, because that's a tenuous link into the video. So thank you very much.
Gee, I had nothing to do with reading that screen.
No, don't give away any more secrets. I think. Tim and Michael, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Not that you need any luck, but
Sonia.
the best of luck with the Greatest Hits album. I, for one, have got one.
Good luck.
Suicide Blonde. Greatest Hits album, the first one. Tell me this is not the beginning of the end.
Probably is, actually.
Well, I think the beginning of the end started 17 years ago, to be honest.